Hi everyone, it's Deb. So the other night on my live stream, partway through the live, we had a little discussion about how Stampin' Up! Does their color families, and specifically about in color. And I'm going to get to in color in a minute, which is the topic of this video. But just for those of you who might not know, this is one of the things that I absolutely love about Stampin' Up! Everything coordinates. So this is the current annual catalog that goes till the end of May. There are what they call suites of products in here. Like this is the tea room suite. It shows you the cardstock, the colors, and it says, it says what the coordinating colors are that go with the designer paper, with Memories and More packs, and all that kind of thing. So they have everything that coordinates. And then you go to the back of the, sort of the back of the catalog, about 2/3 back, there's an accessories and more section. Okay, and I don't know if this will be the same in the new catalog that's coming out for June. But just so you know, this has not changed. The colors will change, but they have 4 main categories of colors. One is called neutrals, and that has your browns and grays and navy and Mossy Meadow and Mary Mallow, but 4 browns, a couple grays, and so forth. And each family has the classic Stampin' Pad, which is your ink pad, the ink refills, and the 8.5 by 11 inch cardstock, which you can get 24 sheets of each color. Okay. Below that, you can also get like a multi-pack of the cardstock. So they have neutrals, 8.5 by 11 inch cardstock pack, 20 sheets, 2 each of 10 colors. So if you just want to sample their cardstock and their colors, go with one of the cardstock packs. They have it in 8.5 by 11. They have it in 12 by 12. And then they have designer series 6 by 6 paper that coordinates with each one of these color families. And that you can sort of see an example. They change the pattern every year, but a few pages back they have it here, and the item codes are here for brights, regals, subtles, and neutrals. So what you get is 2 each of 2 double-sided designs in 10 colors, the 10 colors in that color family. Those are 6 by 6 papers. So this year they had the color with white dots, the color with white stripes, sort of a more muted, larger polka dot, and then more muted, larger stripe. So those, and like this is on the front and back of that, and then these are on the front and back together. Okay, and then so they have that for each of the neutrals, the brights, which are beautiful colors for this time of year, Poppy Parade, Daffodil Delight, the new Gorgeous Grape, Coastal Cabana, and Bermuda Bay, just beautiful colors. Then they have the subtles, which are your softer colors, but they're all the same. They all have, they're all the same in that they list the Stampin' Pad, which is the ink refills, and this cardstock. Now you can get, instead of buying these individually, and as with the cardstock, you can also get the Stampin' Pads, all 10 of them in a certain color family. So if you love the subtles, you could get all 10 of those all at once instead of buying them individually. Okay, you can get all the refills, all 10 of them, instead of buying them individually. They're listed down here at the bottom. And you can also get the whole set of Stampin' Right markers, all 10 of them, which would come in a case, probably a double one of these. These are the in color, and they come only 5 to a pack. But when you get the ones for the whole color family, you get 10 markers, 1 each of 10 colors. Okay, so they have that. Some of them also have like ribbons or whatever. So then here's the regals, beautiful autumn colors, nice for the holidays with real red, shaded spruce. You've got your old olive, which is a favorite, crushed curry, which is, I love that color too, blackberry bliss. So there's the regals, the subtles, the brights, and the neutrals. Those are the 4 main color families. Then every year they introduce some new colors. Okay, And they may introduce them in a color family, like get rid of another one. For example, Gorgeous Grape is in here in the brights and it says new next to it. I don't know what was there before, but you know, I know like Tempting Turquoise used to be in one of these, probably this one, and it's gone. So they bring in a new color. But they also have these in color. They're supposed to be trendy. They're available for 2 years. So down here in the bottom section, you'll see this says 2017 to 19. Well, it's kind of hard to see, but it's there in like a light gray. Maybe, I don't know if you can see it better now. So these colors will no longer be available at the end of this catalog period. So by the beginning of June, these are gone. And here you have, there's 5 colors for 2 years and 5 colors for 2 years, but these ones on the top are 2018 to 20, so they'll be available for another year. The ones that will be disappearing soon are Powder Pink, Lemon Lime Twist, which has become a favorite of many. I like the Powder Pink as well. Tranquil Tide, which I also like because it's sort of a blue-green. Berry Burst, it looks like berries, definitely like raspberries to me. And Fresh Fig, which actually I think they had in a recent Paper Pumpkin. So here's your ink pads, your refills, your 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Now these actually have 3/8 inch mini ruffled ribbon listed, and I've shown that ribbon, and they have it in each of those 5 colors. Here's the Berry Burst one. I love this ribbon, okay, but it's only in the 5 in colors. I think I have it in another color too, but I can't remember which one it is. And then for the 2018 to 20, they have Grosgrain ribbon. Hang on. I have only 2 colors of that, I think. I have the Blueberry Bushel, which is right here. Really pretty color. I love this Blueberry Bushel. And Pineapple Punch, which is a real bright yellow. So beautiful colors for 18 to 20. The point of my video is to let you know these 5 colors, unless they move, you know, 1 or more of these colors into one of the other color families to have it return in a regular color family, they will go away. Okay, so if you need cardstock to go with your ink pad or ink refills to go with your ink pad, they are going to start to be sold out soon. Some of them are on back order and some are on low inventory. So if you need any of those, please order them now. Don't wait till May, because that's going to be like the mad rush and they will be out of stock and you won't be able to get them, because unless they someday have them in a clearance rack, but you don't know. They could sell out of them and then there won't be a clearance rack, right? So if you need card paper in any cardstock in any of these colors, or your ink pads or ink refills, go ahead and get them now. These ones up here, some of the refills are low inventory on these, but they will be reordered because they're going to be available till 2020 for another year, basically. Okay, so that's how their color families work. And then their designer papers, they list them in the suites, but also behind in this catalog anyway. And this is my first year as a demonstrator, so I don't know if this happens every year or not. But they show all their designer series paper and coordinating cardstock packs back here. That's another way to get some cardstock. So one that I have is Share What You Love. I've used that in my 3-into-1 collaboration just recently. In fact, I used, I think, this paper here, which had Tranquil Tide in it. Okay, well, Tranquil Tide is one of the in colors, so we know this will be going away because Tranquil Tide will be going away. I have heard that it's rare that they carry over designer series paper. I believe that to be true because the colors change. Okay, and they've got some gorgeous ones in here, so that's another thing. If you want any of these beautiful designer series papers that are in the annual catalog, like one of my favorites, the Garden Impressions one, in the Tranquil Textures one, and Petals Promenade, get them now because they're going to either sell out or the colors to go with them will be gone. So yeah, really important that you get them now as soon as possible. And I am going to be trying to, the purpose of this video is I'm going to be trying to make more things using up some of my stash with the 2017 to 19 colors and designer series papers and things that I have that coordinate with these colors. And so I think between now and the end of May, probably either once a week or once every other week, I'll be doing a Thursday video about in color 2017 to 19. Okay. All right. So that's that. And I'll be right back and we'll talk about the cards I did make using those colors. See you soon. This is the first one. This uses a stamp set called oh gosh, Colorful Seasons. I'm sorry. And I want to show you that stamp set because it's a great stamp set. So here's the stamp set that I used. This is in the annual catalog. It's got leaves. It's got the branches, what I use. Look, it has like a lemonade cup. It's got some sentiments, which I didn't use for this one. Snowflakes. Flowers, I consider them cherry blossoms here, which is what I used it for. This two-part chair, which is not that hard to do, guys, because these are, I think, photopolymer. Yes, photopolymer, and there's two sets in here. This is a great stamp set in the annual catalog. It's got congratulations, just breathe, life is a beautiful thing. I love that. Thinking of you. You make me smile, and may all your tomorrows be as happy as today. So you could use this all year long. You know, you could have the autumn leaves falling, which I did a card with that a while back. And these little buttons were the in color flower buttons for 2017-19. Yeah, they're going to go away, right? And I have, with this and the next card, I finished my box of them. These are in the Occasions catalog, the iridescent, adhesive iridescent sequins. But the paper here and in the background is the in color 2017 to 19 designer series paper in the polka dots, and it's powder pink is the color used. So I used powder pink ink. I believe I used soft suede for the wood on the chair, and here this is balmy blue. And this is Lemon Lime Twist that I used, also going to go away. Now the grass and the happy spring came out of Fable Friends. Here it is, which is in the Occasions catalog. I just used this for my card hop the other day. But here's the little grassy area. And I used the Happy Spring here. I love the way that's written, the script on it. And then on the inside, I just left it white with the pink dots. So this is all to get you thinking about in color, okay? Now this one, I did Flowers Bloom All For You. And that, again, I used the in color designer series paper. This is the one that had the stripes with the white and the little polka dots in Lemon Lime Twist. These are the rest of my flower buttons that I had. Lemon Lime Twist, Berry Burst, I only had one, and some Fresh Fig. And what I used on here is the smaller branches here, and I stood it up like this. But you see there's a break in it, and so I put the paper up above that break. And then I just made these be the flowers. And then there's these little bubble dots that I thought were like sort of wet clouds or something in the background. And those are from Beauty Abounds, this butterfly stamp set that's in the Occasions catalog too. So I used Pool Party for them, I believe. No, I'm sorry, I might have used Balmy Blue. So there, and there's also a smaller one down here. And I used the Pretty Label Punch to do the cloud, and then I took, I have the Many Marvelous markers, and I took that in Balmy Blue with the brush end and just went around the edges of the cloud. I popped it up on dimensionals. I did use the coordinating dies that go with Beauty Abounds. They're called Butterfly Beauty Thinlits, I believe, and I just took out cut out two little butterflies in Lemon Lime Twist. Now this ribbon is no longer available. This is the organdy ribbon that was a celebration item, pack of 5 organdy ribbon, and it left like after 6 days or something. So that's another card, and just using various stamp sets, but the designer series paper and the ink color in Lemon Lime Twist, trying to use up some of what I have with the in color. So the in color buttons I have are gone. Okay, and then this one, I have to remember which flowers I used on that, and I'm not positive. This is 2 different types of paper. This and this are the Garden Impressions designer series paper, also a 6x6, gorgeous paper. Lots of flowers on the one side and then sort of abstract look on the other, and then the stripe and this are from the designer series paper in Berry Burst, and that's a 2017 to 19. Honestly, I am not remembering where that flower came from, so I do apologize. Well, wait, I have it written down. Hang on. Sorry about that, guys. I just, okay, I used Botanical Bliss. Hang on, I'll show you that momentarily. Maybe. Yep, there it is. Okay, so this is the stamp set that I used. It's in the annual catalog. I love this stamp set. It has thinlits or something that go with it that make tag toppers that are gorgeous. But this is the flower that I used. I colored them in only with in colors in my Stampin' Right markers. And since they are 5 colors that are good for 2 years, they come, you can get the Stampin' Right markers. I think it's $15 for 5 markers, so $3 a marker. Double-ended, they're dye-based ink markers, so if you get the ink refills, you can refill these by pulling out the nib and putting some dye ink in. So those are the Stampin' Right markers. That's what I used to color these. I had stamped them with Memento Tuxedo Black. I did have to fussy cut them because there was no dye to cut them out. The circle, I think, was out of the layering circles. One sec. Yes, the layering circle dies in the white cardstock I used, and then I used the Starburst punch, which is about 2 1/8 inch, to do the background in the designer series paper. And then the inside, I just used a piece of the Garden Impressions paper that matches this. This is the Berry Burst ruffled ribbon, mini ruffled ribbon. I love that ribbon. And what I did is I put these down on a piece of white cardstock. Then I wrapped the ribbon around that and glued it down, and then I glued the whole piece down onto thick white cardstock. Okay, you want to use the thick white cardstock for your card base because the regular white cardstock is thinner than their colored cardstocks. It's meant more for stamping images on and cutting out and things. This would be the regular, and so the especially for you is here, also in Botanical Bliss. And the friend on the inside is also from here, and they are stamped using Berry Burst, which coordinates. See, everything with Stampin' Up coordinates. I love it. I love it for that reason, because it helps pull everything together and make it look great. Okay, Excuse me. So sorry guys. So here's card number 4. This is a really easy card to make, and look how beautiful it is. This is from the Garden Impressions Designer Series paper. It's 6 by 6 papers. And I think, let me just peek. Yeah, this is the front side of this. So I used a whole card base, and then I have strips left, and that's how I use these, okay? And I also have another little strip down here. I don't know if you can see it. Just under this white flag, there's the piece of the back that only goes over to the ribbon. So here I used a powder pink cardstock base. I think I only have one sheet of that left now. I just made, and that would be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So the mat is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Okay, and I just glued that down after I put, and I love this ribbon too, I'll miss this sheer, it's called shimmer ribbon, and this is in powder pink. It just has a little sparkle to it. Can you see that? I love that sparkle. It does come in Pool Party, and I think basic black and one other color too, but I can't remember. Oh, I think Pear Pizzazz maybe. Beautiful ribbon, one of my faves. And these colors are Mango Melody and Calypso Coral and Powder Pink in these little flowers in the background. I did use the stamp in Mango Melody, though. I like to, for my words, I like to use the darker color in the, one of the darker colors in the paper to bring it out. But isn't that a pretty card and so easy to make? I did use the triple banner punch here to make the flag, both flags. This was actually a shorter piece of paper, the designer paper, so that's why I edged it up to the ribbon, but I brought the white out further. And I was going to put some bling on here, and I decided I didn't need to. And inside, I put, if flowers were hugs, I'd send you 1,000. And I'm trying to see. That came out of Abstract Impressions. I used a lot of different stamp sets. Hang on. Here it is. That would be this one. And see, those flowers almost look the same, right? But here's the thank you, and here's the, if flowers were hugs, I'd send you 1,000. I didn't quite get the stamping perfect on that, but it's all right. You can read it. And that's all I did on the inside, okay? So this is in the annual catalog, and insider news, this one's carrying over, guys. So, yeah. So get yours. And then the last one I have to show you, I did use the Fable Friends again, which I buried all the way down the bottom. And I was going to do something with the duckies, but I was running out of time that day. So I did the bunny again. I have used the bunny on an Easter card too. But I wanted to make like a little girl, use the powder pink. So here's the powder pink again. Here's the in color 2017-19 designer series paper. Here's another little piece from that other one that I had using a punch. The first one, I think, yeah, this one. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, this I think is the Everyday Label Punch. Let's see here. Yeah. Yes, Everyday Label Punch, 144668. So I used that. I actually used the same piece of paper to get both of these out of. And so I used that. This is the 1 3/8 inch scallop circle punch. And I just put it, I popped that up, and this is a layering oval that I did the bunny on. So I stamped him in a gray granite, I believe, or something like that, and I colored him in gray. Now I did use my Stampin' Right markers because I don't have any Stampin' Blends in Powder Pink and Berry Burst. And I did put a little bit of, I did use also some Petal Pink in his ears instead of Powder Pink, because I used Powder Pink on his jacket. I used, I believe, Smoky Slate for the bunny, not Gray Granite. And then I Wink-a-Stella'd his white bunny, his white belly. I didn't color him in, and I did put a little bit of Wink-a-Stella just on his cheeks too. I don't know if you can see that, where the little white circles are. Her cheeks. Excuse me, this is our girl, Deb. Gee whiz. And then the ribbon I used on this one, I'm almost out of, so, but this will probably continue. I don't know for sure. This is Whisper White, and it's the sheer ribbon 1/8 inch. It's in the annual catalog. I don't know that that will go away or continue, but I'm almost out of this roll, so I'm trying to use up things that are nearly gone. So also, and then on the inside I just put a piece of the designer paper left over from here, and then a piece of white cardstock to write on. And I don't know anyone having a baby, but there you go, there's the little baby card. So I've got 5 cards here, all using in color products, and I have a ton more in color and designer impression, Garden Impressions designer series paper. This one I'm going to put all these on my blog. I don't know exactly when. My blog is up to date through the card hop on the 20th. So all the cards that we did on my live on Tuesday are out there, and they're individually out there. So you have to kind of scroll down to find the one you're looking for. I have the measurements on each one. And if anything looks like it's missing, please let me know, because I tried to be as thorough in my description of how I did them and the measurements. I also linked to the YouTube videos out there. My blog link is below, and on my blog there are links directly to the items. So if you are looking for a particular item that I used, you can hit the link below that blog post, and it'll take you right to my web store at Stampin' Up to purchase it, and then you can look around for other things too, or make a list from there of the items. And the way I have them is not just a list, it's a picture, so you can see what I'm talking about as far as the items used. So you go, oh yeah, that's what she used, you know, that kind of thing. So that's what I did. Now I actually had these done before I made our card hop cards the other day, but I didn't want to use these for the hop. I think I'm going to do a new series of using up our in color or using up our DSP, you know, between now and the end of May. So I have to think about that, but if I do that, it'll be on Thursdays. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will come back with the paper pumpkin because I don't want this one to be too long. All right, and don't forget, the host code for my regular March is down below the video. I gave out Kathleen Markovich Robinson's twice in my live. She's having a party if you'd like to help her out. She also did a video on her channel which has the host code for her party down below it, so check that out. That was just a day or two ago. I think it was on Tuesday, same day as my live. So go check that out, and if you want to order to help through me, but to help her party, use that host code instead of the regular March code. My March code will be good till the 31st. Her code, I'm not sure, maybe just till like next Monday or Tuesday. So that's it, guys. Talk to you soon with Paper Pumpkin. Hugs, love, and peace.